Hello, boyos. This is Last Week in Games. And last week, Sucker Punch says they're not working on Sly Cooper or Infamous. Ubisoft has shut down multiple online services for over 15 games. There's some new skate gameplay footage. A terrible remake is being made, and Sega is looking to get farther into the movie and TV show scene. Join us join us live every Monday at 3:30 Arizona time at twitch.tv/lonercast and later on every podcast service known to man by searching Last Week in Games.
We also break down the Nintendo Direct Mini.
Do you want me to do that over?
No, I don't.
Okay, great. Hello, boyos.
Hello, boyos.
Welcome to Last Week in Games, where everything is and forever will be video games. My name is Nick. Jake is right next to me. Say hello to Jake. Last week we had some stuff happen, all right? And we'll dive deep into it. Enough about that for now. Jake, I want to know how you're doing. How you doing, dude? Today is the 4th of July. Do you have anything planned for the 4th of July, my guy?
I don't know. I'm going to some loser's house later.
Cool, dude.
Maybe
Cool.
do a little swimming. Got together with the fam last night. Did our 4th of July early. I also just moved, so I'm in this like very ugly background now. And but you know, it is what it is. We're here.
It is what it is.
We're here.
It looks like you have a little bit more space.
Nope, that is just a trick of the camera, sir.
Okay, you got it.
I actually have far less space in this room, but I have my desk in the corner now, so it makes it seem larger than it was before.
Okay,
but we're making it work, and we're out here. It's
and it works.
It does.
It's so far, it's working.
Yeah, my room is so much smaller now that I can't fit a TV in here. I have my computer, so now my computer monitor doubles as my TV screen. So if I want to watch TV in my bedroom, it has to be on my computer monitor, which is
switch the inputs.
Yeah, which is fine, but the problem is my computer monitor doesn't have speakers, but I have speakers for my record player. So I have a cord running from my monitor to my record player speakers, so those double as my TV speakers. And my record player speakers.
Shit, dude, you are living the thug life over here.
Oh yeah, dude,
we're grubbing it up.
Hey, I like finding workarounds like that. I find it very fun. But if you look behind my computer, it's just nothing but cords. Just so many cords. It's unbelievable. I tried to organize them. It's impossible. There's just too many cords.
you got to get some zip ties is what you got.
Maybe
a little tube of zip ties and you zip tie them all together.
Yeah, well, it's a problem because I've got my PC, my laptop, my PS5, and my Switch all hooked into this one area, and it's a lot.
It's a lot. I'm sure it's a lot.
But it's good times.
I don't have enough room on my desk to do that.
I don't either, but I make it happen.
You just have it stacked in front of your TV screen.
My laptop is like slightly behind my monitor because there's just not enough room. Yeah, and my fucking ring light has to be stood behind the desk because there's not enough room on the desk to put the ring light. So yeah, it's a whole process.
You got that duct tape to the wall and shit so that it doesn't.
Well, luckily the stand is like really tall, so I can just stand it on the floor.
Well, that's good. Mine you can't. Mine's on the desk, but like on the back, underneath, attached to it in a very precarious way. But I just need a bigger desk. This room is big enough. I've got enough space over here, not really over here, but once I get a bigger desk, I'll probably end up in that corner, and then it'll be like here and there. Hopefully, I just gotta make one. It's the biggest issue. Just gotta fucking do it.
Oh, you're gonna
But
make
not
your
in
own desk.
I want to. Just need to learn how to weld.
Hmm. Hmm. Are you gonna? You should make yourself a standing desk.
No, it's too expensive.
It's too much
I
work.
would, but like the legs alone on a standing desk can be up to like $400.
Oh yeah,
It's like
yeah.
that's all right. And then you just put like a tabletop on it. And if I want an L desk, then I need two standing legs,
Oh yeah.
and that's like $800. And I'm like,
Is that the
no,
plan to make an L desk?
yeah,
That's the move.
yeah. That way I can have like my consoles in here as well. Because
Mhm.
right now I have a little H1, which is perfect. It's a little tiny guy that just sits right next to my monitors, and then I have two really big monitors, 28, 27-inch monitors. One has to go vertical because it can't fit horizontal. So I have a vertical and a horizontal monitor, and that's
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's all I can fit on here.
There's
My tiny little
no
H1.
way, no way in fuck my computer's fitting on my desk. It's just no way.
No, but you don't have an H1. You've got like a standard
Yeah.
mid-size. I've got a
Mine's just
mini
sitting on the
ITX.
floor.
So.
I bought a piece of wood from Home Depot and just chopped it up, and I just set
Hey,
it
there
on
you
top
go.
of that.
What did you chop it up with?
My
He
Nah,
chopped up the wood.
my dad has like one of those like saw thingies. You know, a saw thingy.
A saw thingy. Yeah, I hope.
I don't know.
No, yeah, I get it.
Not a craftsman. I don't know. That's
Fine.
I'm
Not
not-
everybody.
I'm
Not
no-
everybody.
I'm no Ron Swanson, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, dude. With the move, I can't imagine you've been playing too much because you seem to be busy. We're actually skipping the spoiler cast this week.
Yeah, true.
So you've got to be pretty busy. Have you been playing anything?
I actually have been playing some stuff just in my
Oh.
like when I'm not unpacking or like procrastinating on packing. I played a little bit of Fall Guys.
Right.
Because it was free and I was like, fuck it, let's play Fall Guys. I played it with some friends the other day and it's a lot of fun. I like Fall Guys. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much to say about it other than like Fall Guys is just really fun.
Have they added like more shit?
There's so much shit
you've never seen.
There's so much shit. Yeah.
Really?
Like obviously you still get some of those original games, but there's so many game modes that I'm like, I've never played this before. Because I stopped playing after like that first season way back when it first came out on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to it now, there's so much more content now. And
really?
Yeah, I enjoy it. You should hop in.
Does it still have a battle pass system and all that?
It does. It does.
Okay.
Which I'm about. I'm about that life.
What do you play it on? Like Steam or something?
But it's on the Epic store. I think they delisted it from Steam.
Oh,
because
so it's
Epic
an Epic exclusive.
Yeah, because Epic bought that studio that made Fall Guys.
You're right.
So, but
I hear Fall Guys is like fun for like an hour a week, and
yeah, you hear that from Patrick?
I did actually hear that from Patrick.
Yeah, he kept saying that, and then I continued to play it for like 5 hours. So, you know.
I mean, you did do that when the game first came out.
I like it. I just think
you're
it's
the
a lot
only
of
one
fun.
that finished the battle pass.
I just think it's fun, man. I'm just running around. So I think it's good times. And like, I don't know.
I'll have to jump on it, see what it's about.
I've also been playing. I went back in, Nick. I had to escape
from Tarkov.
From Tarkov.
Okay. Yeah.
I went back in and got. Oh, go ahead.
No. I want to hear your thoughts now. How many hours have you been playing?
I didn't play a ton, but now I'm playing. You know, the wipe just happened. Everything started over. So it feels a little better now that like the wipe just started. I still can't believe they don't give you maps. It's unbelievable. I still feel like I need to just go in by myself and do some like practice modes just so I can like learn the maps and the systems a bit better by myself without people trying to help me but ultimately just confusing me more because like when you play a game for a long time you think you're helping someone when really you're just like making it way more complicated than it needs to, and I think that's something that's happening when I play with some of our friends because they're just saying things that are like, don't worry about that, and I'm like, why would I not worry about that? They're like, don't worry about that, but I want, what does this mean?
Don't worry
don't know.
about it.
Yeah,
Seriously, don't worry about it. And you're like, fuck, I want to know why
why
won't I
don't I
worry?
want to worry about it? Like, tell me,
I get that.
because then this is what happens when you play games like that. Then in the future, you'll be playing for like tens of hours, and your friends are like, "Hey, did you do this yet?" And no, I haven't. You told me not to, dude. You didn't do this. Like, well, I told you not to worry about it right then. But then, yeah, it's frustrating. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Tarkov. There are like so many elements of it that I like, like I like all that simulation stuff and like, but there's so many just baffling decisions that are made in the game that are just like, why? And like the fact that it's so hard to tell what to loot is just so annoying. And like, I'm playing with a bunch of people who have put like hundreds of hours into the game, so they know exactly where to look for the loot. But for like a new player, like there's no way to tell like, oh, this bag I can open, but this crate over here I cannot. It's so weird and frustrating.
Yeah, I get it.
There's so much of it. And like for a game all about like simulation, if you're going into a place like that, like if it were real life and you're going into a place and you have to escape from it, you'd have a map. You'd have a map, or like you would have looked at a map before going into this place. Like there's not even a way before the mission starts to look at the map. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because it would make so much sense. It's like, let me look at the map beforehand. I can plot out where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah. That is such a simple fix to the game that would make me like it so much more.
But instead, you're just kind of dropped in a random location, and you're like,
I have no idea where I am.
And then you have no idea how to leave or where to go, or it's just kind of wander around.
Then it's like you have to escape from these different areas, and it's like I don't even know what that looks like. I didn't know what that looked like until my friend showed me, like, you go up to this car. I would have never figured that out.
But also sometimes it's not just the car.
Yeah,
sometimes it's just like that car is actually not available. That escape route's closed because reasons, for no reason.
Yeah, so for like new players, it's like, what does that even mean? And then my friends are like, well, you could go on their website and they have like Sherpas who can like take you around and show you. And it's like, bro, if your game needs that, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous. And I know it's in like alpha or whatever, but like, come on. Come on. Are they really? It seems to me that every time they do a big update like that they don't even make big changes, and it seems like this is just the game. Like,
they add a map and they add sounds and they add things, but they don't change anything.
Yeah, add maps. Tarkov. If you're watching, Tarkov devs,
they did add map. They did add a map.
Well, I know.
No. I thought you meant No, I thought you meant like areas.
No. I mean, like you can find maps, I guess, and like, but they're like weird and not fully flushed out. But I don't know. Tarkov devs just don't even add it in the match. Just add it pre-match. You can look at what customs looks like before you go in. Yeah. It's that simple. That's all I need.
Yep.
Anyway,
it's dumb stuff. It's dumb stuff. Oh, excuse me. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Sunbreak.
Nice.
For Rise. It's fun, dude. It's good. So far, I've fought like 4 new monsters, and every one of them has a really cool design. They're really neat. The story is much better than previous Monster Hunter stuff, there's also a a mechanic where people will actually join you on your hunts, like the AI people, the computer people, and they are really good. They actually do some work in the thing. They don't just stand around and die all the time. So that's kind of refreshing. Like there's a time where you start off and you're fighting this monster and your AI teammate's just like, "Hey, wait right here, I'll be right back." You're like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" So you're fighting for like a minute and they come back riding another monster and just fucking attacking the other monster with that monster. And
Nice.
it's like, "Damn, I don't even know how to do that." Like I couldn't do that myself. So it's really cool. They added more moves for each weapon. They added more weapons, more armor, more monsters, more places, more people. Just more everything. And I'm having a gay old time with it. Um,
I love that.
yeah, great. If you like Monster Hunter and you need more of it, this is more of it. And there's no rampages, so it's good. It's better. But that's it. That's all I've really been playing. Nothing crazy. Let's get into titties. Let's move on. Yeah?
Yeah,
You want to move on? Okay, cool. Let's dive in.
you're the guy.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I've just wanted to
I'm
make sure
just
you had
along for
nothing
the
else to
ride.
say. All right. Sucker Punch is not working on Sly Cooper or Infamous, according to them. How
Yeah.
does that make you? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I guess in like an interview with IGN or something, they're like, "Oh
Hmm.
yeah, our games are so big now that our entire teams need to work on what we're working on next. So if you're expecting Sly Cooper or Infamous, don't, because we're not doing it. We're working on Ghost of Tsushima too," which
You
to
know what?
me is sort of like, yeah, of course. I don't know. This is not really that big a news to me, but everyone was talking about it, so that's why I put it on this document. Uh,
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, another Infamous would be cool. However, we've got Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2,
right? Yeah, we
Spider-Man
don't.
Miles Morales, and then Wolverine coming out also. So it's like we got our superhero games covered, I think. We
Yeah,
don't really need.
at this point, I think like if Sony decided to make another Infamous, I think they might be like, hey, let's give it to a different studio. Like, let's give it to
Yeah.
Sony Bend or something, because obviously Sucker Punch is on doing different things. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're right. Like, they don't need superhero stuff because they have that deal with Marvel, and
A
like it.
Sly a Sly Cooper game would be kind of interesting though.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But
I'm
yeah,
more interested in a Sly Cooper than an Infamous. Just
me too.
just because of the fact that we have the Marvel games coming.
Yeah.
Um because it's been a while since we got Sly Cooper, but do we really want Sucker Punch making a Sly Cooper game at this point? Cuz
I don't
like
know.
they haven't made a Sly Cooper game in, I don't know, 20 years.
They're
Like,
probably not even the same guys who
right.
made Sly Cooper working there. So I don't think it matters who you give it to.
Right, exactly. I don't even think people would be upset if they gave it to a different company.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
not like
As
it's not like Ratchet and Clank where like if you gave that to anyone besides Insomniac, people might be upset. But like
right.
there's been so much distance between Sly Cooper that
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you could get away with that.
Yeah. Next up, Ubisoft to shut down multiplayer and online services for 15 games in December 2022. And here is the list of games. Assassin's Creed 2, duh. Assassin's Creed 3, duh. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, duh. Assassin's Creed Liberation HD, duh. Assassin's Creed Revelations, uh-huh. San Francisco, uh-huh.
Damn.
Far Cry 3, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier. That's still going on. The Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands, Rayman Legends, Silent Hunter 5, Space Junkies, Splinter Cell Blacklist, Zombie U is the list. I think the newest game on there is Splinter Cell Blacklist, and God,
Uh
I can't believe Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier is still has online features. That blows my mind, dude.
I'm
Assassin's Creed 2 still has online
that's the
features.
one that blows my mind.
It's like, what? Yeah, crazy shit, dude.
To me, it
Crazy
just
shit.
I wonder what this means. Like, I mean, it makes sense. I'm surprised that a lot of these are still going, and I'm not like so shocked that they're shutting a lot of these down. What I'm
Yeah.
shocked by is that they're shutting them all down at like the same time.
I maybe they're clearing up server space for something else. But I mean,
Possibly
how much server space could these games possibly have?
at this point, yeah, not much. You might as well just shut them down. But like, it also makes me wonder if like something's going on with like. I know that they were talking about closing the PlayStation 3 store recently, right? And then they changed their mind because people were like, "Hey, we can't access those games
Yeah.
any other way." And Sony was like, "Yeah, you're right." But it does make me wonder if like maybe Xbox 360 is like, "Yeah, we're just gonna shut this down," or something like that. Because these are all PS3, Xbox 360 games.
Right.
So I don't know. Or they're just like all of those games from that generation need to be closed down, and Ubisoft is just like, fuck it. Let's just close them all down.
Let's close them all. Why not just wipe it? That's how I would do it. I think if I ran something like that, it'd be like, well, there's only like 10 people in each of these games. We're only going to upset, 100 people maybe.
Yeah, and
But
instead of staggering it, like, which would just piss people off more and more over time, just do it all at once, and it's like
it's just
ripping the
like,
band-aid off.
yeah, exactly. Let's just burn it, take them all out, start over. Those of you stuck playing Assassin's Creed 2 multiplayer, what are you doing? You
Yeah.
know?
It was fun,
Uh,
though. It was fun.
I loved Assassin's Creed multiplayer, and then they got rid of it for some reason. Um, yeah, it's one of those things. Just I don't blame them at all for doing this. I can't
No.
believe that they're still up.
Yeah.
And to announce it like that, just kind of like, yeah, 15 games gone. Don't worry about it. It's most of the time it's just like the servers are shutting down and people go, oh, okay.
Yeah, if
Unless it's
anything,
like,
it should make you feel a little better about like the future of Ubisoft Online games, because it's like, damn, if these games are still going, that means whatever they release tomorrow will be on for like the next 15 years.
yeah, seriously. Yeah. But it also goes to show that not one of those games multiplayers are like that crazy good that people are still playing, and we get those people who keep the servers on because they just won't log off for like a day and a half. Like we had with Halo 3 or
Mm-hmm.
whatever else. I think Gears of War also had the same thing where people would just play it until they couldn't anymore. Um yeah, crazy shit. Crazy shit. Time to turn a new leaf. Speaking of new, there's a new skate pre alpha gameplay footage released, and you can playtest. Did you watch this?
I did.
It looks pretty good. I
Yeah.
like the gravity, the skating, the all this. I mean, it's all like blocks and squares and
Yeah.
polygons and shit, but it looks good. It's got solid bones, I gotta say.
I really I like this format of like, hey, our game is like really early. Here's some footage of that really early gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
I really
Yep.
like that. I think it's cool.
I think, yeah.
But although I did bring this up in the group chat, our group chat, I was like, I think it's really cool, but also Beyond Good and Evil did that, and then they just went off the face of the earth. Something must
Yeah.
have gone wrong, because they were showing that game a lot, and then they just disappeared, and they haven't been heard from for like 4 years. And then same with like Cyberpunk, right? Like they showed off so much stuff that like when the game actually came out, a lot of that stuff wasn't in the game.
Wasn't in the game.
Because it was like the planning process, and they were showing us the planning process, which may have ultimately fucked them.
Right. Well, yeah, and then they changed the plans, and then you didn't hear anything from them, and then and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that's still in the game. That we didn't take that out." Lies,
But then there's games like Hades, who like throughout their entire dev process were like showing it off and letting you play it, and then when it released, it was game of the year that year. So
Yeah,
I think it just depends. But
yeah, I
I really like this one. This one's fucking cool. I'm excited for Skate.
Yeah, it'll be a day one for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I love when studios are like, this is what we're doing, even if it's like we had to cut this feature because it just wouldn't fit on the disc or wouldn't fit. The engine just wasn't strong enough. Like that's all I need. Like, hey, we put this in here. We thought we were gonna be able to put it in there. We couldn't. We took it out. Sorry.
Yeah.
Even if there was like that, I'd be totally fine with that. I love looking at the back door of video games, just seeing the progress of it. Like, don't show me anything of the story or whatnot. Just show me the character walking around. Just like, hey, this is kind of the animations that we're going with. This is how it will look pretty much. It's all shapes and blobs and stuff. Like, I love it. I love that shit. And with a game like Skate, I feel like you can do that anyway because it's not very demanding. Like Beyond Good and Evil, where they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have this, and you can fly to different planets, and there's you can customize your ship, you can customize your people, you can there's factions and all of this, and it's like, yeah, that sounds nice, but there's just no way you're gonna get that done.
Well,
Um,
I mean, the early, I don't know if you watched a lot of that early stuff with Beyond Good and Evil, where it was basically blobs on the screen and stuff.
yeah,
And
mm-hmm,
like seeing it like that, I was like, oh, I understand this game. Cause like when someone says to me, like No Man's Sky, when they're like, you can go to millions of different planets, I'm like, what does that mean though, gameplay
right,
wise?
mm-hmm,
Like that stuff never impresses me. Like, oh, look at how big I don't care about that stuff. But when you show me like this is how the game functions, right? Like this
yeah,
is like the early concepts of the game. Like this is bare bones. This is the gameplay. That makes sense. And when I saw the like early gameplay of Beyond Good and Evil, I was like, this looks fucking awesome. And
yeah.
then they disappeared. So who knows? Maybe they're adding
Some
microtransactions or whatever.
something went wrong. I feel like it was just too big.
Maybe.
It
i
was just too big for them.
My guess is, yeah, I don't even think it was too big. I think it was too big for Ubisoft, and they're like, how are we gonna profit off of this without
Mhm.
fucking microtransactions? Make it an open world MMO game like every
Yeah,
other fucking game.
could
And they're
be.
like, no, it's a single player game.
And they're like, all right, you're canceled.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be.
And that's my concern with Skate, where they're like, we need this to be an online like massive multiplayer. I hope that doesn't fucking happen to this game,
Yeah.
where we need to cram in microtransactions and
God,
stuff. Yeah,
that would suck so much. I want this to be like a Tony Hawk remaster kind of release where it's just like, here it is. Have
yeah.
fun.
I don't
You
think it
know?
will be. I don't think it will
I
be,
don't know.
man.
I don't know.
I got a bad feeling. Anyway,
That's the titties we got. We had one event last week, and that was the Nintendo Direct Mini, and we have a list of everything shown. So we will go off of the list.
what'd you think?
Skipping
What'd you think of this direct though?
is pretty good.
It was okay.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. There were It was about what I expected, to be honest.
I think they set expectations properly for this. Where they're
Yes.
like, this is a mini partner showcase. It's
Hmm.
like, okay. And then they didn't even do a live stream. They're like, here's the VOD. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I know this isn't going to be like crazy. So
Yeah, it
this,
was fine though.
yeah, they
It was
set
fine.
expectations good.
First up, we got Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which, yep, came out.
It's out.
Then, like, some of the bigger news was Nier Automata, the end of Yorha edition. So Nier Automata is coming to the Switch, and I don't know how that game's gonna fucking run on the Switch at
I,
all.
I was wondering, like, is this going to be one of those cloud games or is this actually, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Didn't
I
really
don't
say.
know.
I'd
It didn't.
assume it's native gameplay, and I can't
Yeah,
imagine that looking very good.
no, but they added some DLC and costumes and whatnot. It comes with everything that's on Nier Automata, and I can't imagine this game runs or plays very well.
Yeah.
Um, Next up, we got Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
Yeah.
Um,
Game looks cool.
yeah, black and white, like
puzzle thing.
puzzly, old school sort of thing. Super Bomberman R2. It's kind of exciting. You
Do
like
you
Super
know?
Bomberman?
You know what's weird about Super Bomberman R2? Remember when
What's
Super
that?
Bomberman R came out on the Switch and it was
Mm,
fucking $60 forever? Like, is this game
mhm.
also going to be $60?
Well, see, so
And it was also
Super
a
Bomb,
broken mess when it came out, and like,
yeah, Super Bomberman R became free to play after a while. Um, so I imagine this one's going to also be free to play.
well, in that case, cool. I like Bomberman, so
Yeah, yeah, Bomberman's good. I want more classic Bomberman. They're like
yeah.
this has got like different areas and like not all like the spaces aren't all blocked up and stuff like that. I like that very confined claustrophobic gameplay that is Bomberman. This one is it's more open. It's more open areas, but who knows? Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I gotta say, this is the best Mega Man game I've ever played. Hands down.
Hmm.
Best. The Battle Network is so fucking good. Have you ever played it?
I never have, which is like, yeah, I saw this and I'm like, oh man, this might be a good opportunity to try these games out because,
If
yeah, I've
It
never played them. I
it
love Mega
it's
Man though.
it's like Pokemon, but Mega Man. It's really, really good. I had this on the Game Boy Advance, and I lost my Game Boy Advance, so I never got to beat it. And that made me really sad because this was literally my favorite game on there. Above like Pokemon and shit, and Donkey Kong and whatnot. Um, then they showed off
Like that's just not
Pac-Man
something.
World Repack. I don't remember this one.
Our,
Just like
sh-
a
our stream died, but that's okay. Just keep trucking.
it's like a fucking 3D platformer, 2D, 3D platformer for Mega Man. Weird.
Yeah, I'm interested in this as well. I know it's like a redo or whatever, but it looks fun.
Hmm.
I like
Um,
Pac-Man. He's the guy.
yeah. Then we got Blanc, I believe this is called, or Blank.
This
Blanc
was
or Blank.
this was the standout for me, dude. This game.
It looks really cool.
It
I
does.
It's all like hand pencil drawn, it seems like, or pen drawn, and it looks like Fox and the Hound almost, but the game. you know,
Yeah.
it looks very cute. Homeward bound, puzzly. You're trying to guide this doe around. It looks like,
Great
as
logo
far as
too.
I can tell. What is the logo? I don't remember the logo. Oh yeah, very cute.
Yeah.
Very
I
cute
I
logo.
love the look of it and just like yeah, it looks very unique. I'm into it.
Yeah. Then we got a Return to Monkey Island from Lucasfilm Games and Devolver Digital. Um,
I,
I've never played Monkey Island, so I don't remember.
I have no connection to Monkey Island. So
Cool. Moving right along. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Joy. This we
Sparks of
got
Hope.
some Sparks of Hope, sorry. We got like extended gameplay on this one.
Yeah.
Um, some of the things I find really interesting. Some of the things I'm like, I feel like that'll ruin it. But it's a Mario game, and
Please
maybe it's really good.
please elaborate.
Um, like the fact that you can move around all of your guys at the same turn and like damage the enemy 3 times before actually taking your turn kind of throws it off a little bit for me. It's like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's how it works. Um, I really like the fact that you can reposition your character, like jump off of your characters and reposition around the map and stuff like that.
Yeah, you could do that in the
Um,
first one.
I like that there isn't squares that you have to stand in. It's just kind of wherever you want on the map. It's like a free flowing battle arena, and you can move as much as you want. That's kind of cool. Um, yeah, looks good though. It looks good.
Yeah, I love the first one. I think it's great. It's it's my kind of game. It's XCOM basically. But yeah, I'm excited for this. They could literally just make more maps of the first game and I'd be into it. So yeah, I'll be into this 100%. I hope the like exploration stuff is a little bit more fleshed out in the first one, and it sure looks like it is. Because the exploration in the first one was really just walk forward. There might be some
Yeah.
little puzzles here or there, but that was
Mhm.
kind of it. Just a little bit that we were shown here of the exploration. It looks like the areas are much bigger and like more areas to explore. So yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
And as far as gameplay, yeah, it looks different but the same, which I think is
Mhm.
good. Like don't broke what's not, don't fix what's not broke. There we go.
Don't broke what's not fixed.
Don't broke what's not fixed. Yeah, don't fix what's not broke. And
Yeah.
yeah, because keep it simple. I like the designs of the characters and stuff. Yeah,
Oh, especially that edgy black and green haired guy.
yeah,
That one.
looks like a fucking Sonic character. Let's go.
Moving on. We got Little Noah, Scion of Paradise.
Oh
This is
yeah,
actually it's a fantasy RPG created by the devs who made Dragalia Lost. The game is described as a casual roguelike, and you can download starting today.
yeah,
Um, it's a side scroller or side, I guess it's side scroller beat 'em up sort of deal, kind of like Rogue Legacy, but it honestly kind of looks like a phone game to me,
yep,
just the way. But it's on the Switch, and the Switch is not much more powerful than the phone that I have in my pocket.
yeah.
Um,
It looks like certain like aspects of it. I'm like, this looks nice, and then other aspects, I'm like, yeah, this looks like a phone game. I don't know.
yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain, but like, there are moments where I'm like, that looks really cool and nice, but then yeah, ultimately it does kind of just look like a phone game.
Um, then we got Railgrade, which is Jake's favorite game ever. He loves just filling his screen with metal
Yeah.
train tracks all over the place. Um, it's you'll has coordinate shipping and industry colony. Uh, Railway. That's all it says. You're just creating.
Yeah, it looks like Sid Meier's Railroads or whatever,
Yeah,
from back in
sure
the day.
does. Sure
Um,
does.
which is cool. Yeah, I fuck with it. Um, but I saw it and I was like, so when is this gonna be on PC? Because I don't want to play this on Switch. I'd play this
No,
on the
fuck
PC.
no. Hmm. It'll
That
probably come out the same time,
yeah, that
honestly.
that was my first thought. I was like, I would much rather play this on PC than Switch. Uh,
Yeah.
but that being said, it looks cool as hell. I'm into it.
Mm. Then we have another game called RPG Time: The Legend of Wright, which is another hand-drawn game. Which is kind of strange that they have two of the same sort of art styles.
This is very
In
different though.
It's different. It is different, but it's still like, black and or white and gray art with like very childlike drawings and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, and the little description says despite having the most generic game ever, The Legend of Wright is one of the most interesting RPG concepts. Um, you play a hand-drawn character in a storybook, and you can use your writing utensils to help solve puzzles. Think Chicory, but with fantasy heroics. The game's coming out August 18th. So what it looked like to me was kind of like that other Switch game where you kind of like draw what it is that you need. It'll be like, give me Batman, and it'll pop up with Batman. I forget what that game's called. And then Batman fights your crimes for you. This is kind of like the same sort of situation. Um, you solve puzzles with pencils and erasers, and looks very cute. Like this would be a perfect game for us when we had like the computer lab in
Yeah,
school. You
yeah.
know, it's like this would be a perfect game
It
to
makes me
just
think of kids' picks.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Um, it's definitely a game we would all play if it was like because teachers wouldn't realize. They'd be like, "Oh, he's learning,"
he's
you know.
learning.
He's learning about like
You think kids these days
everything.
go to computer lab and they like download their Steam onto the computers at
No,
the computer lab?
no, dude,
No,
no way.
no.
Um, Next up, we got Sonic Frontiers. This is the Sonic open world game.
Bro, I still don't
Um,
know how to feel about this game. I don't
I
know.
think I think this game's gonna be bad, dude.
I think
I think it's
so.
gonna be really bad.
Although like
They should,
seeing this stuff makes me wish that like Platinum made this game.
yeah.
I'm like, man, could you imagine if Platinum made a Sonic game? That'd be crazy.
Yes, I see. I don't see Sonic as a fighter though. I've only seen him as a runner,
He's a
and it's
runner.
just kind of
But
strange to me, like him
there's
beating up like things in
there's
like
only so much you can do with running though, right? Like you got to add enemies and
yeah. But that's why you have like character changes. Like Knuckles is the one that's doing it rather than Sonic, or you know, Tails' gadgets, or Shadow literally has a gun.
so you want more of like a Sonic Heroes type
Yeah.
game where you run around as the three of them and you switch between them.
That would be great.
That's a
I would
classic.
like that.
That's a classic, dude.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this game. I hope it doesn't suck. I'm still also puzzled by the fact that it's like available this holiday, but no date. It's wild.
yeah,
That's gonna be
yeah.
delayed.
It definitely been delayed. Um, then we have Disney's every Disney lady's best friend right here, and we've
Ah,
got
dude.
Disney Dreamlight Valley,
Bro,
where
what the fuck is this game?
dude, it's Disneyland. You're walking around Disneyland, right? And you're
Kinda.
helping like the Ratatouille guy make his soups, and you're taking pictures with Ursula. Like,
No, you know
um,
what this game is? Fucking Disney saw the success of Animal Crossing and they're like, let's make our own. And then they're like, but we'll only give you $50.25 to make it. And
yeah,
all of this IP.
hmm
Yeah, that's what this game is. It looks fucking terrible.
yeah. It says it's a Disney's take on The Sims, but it doesn't quite look like The Sims. It looks like some sort of knockoff of what you said, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, yeah.
Then Live a Live.
Yeah, that demo.
Still, I don't know. Apparently this game's good, but
Uh,
I don't know about the art style, my guy.
Dude, I think the art style is what sold me on this game because I think
Really?
the art looks fucking great. I love that like Octopath sort of look to it.
Yeah.
I think it looks
I
really
think
cool.
I think Octopath like made me not like this art style because Octopath was just so boring, and it was like, okay, well, they had all this cool like
I liked it.
16-bit sort of 3D 2D thing,
Well,
and
this game
they did nothing
also
interesting with it.
this game has the benefit though of being like a game before. So like,
Yeah,
the game systems are probably already set in stone and like a little bit more fleshed out. And
that
they're
is
just
true.
Looks like there's so much going on in this game. Like there's like platformy stuff and then like turn-based stuff and like I don't know. There's like a lot of different things going on.
I'm surprised you didn't download the first 3 chapters demo.
I plan on it.
Oh, okay.
I just haven't gotten a chance yet.
All right. I don't know how to say this one. Doraemon, Story of Seasons, Friends of the Great Kingdom.
What word
Um,
was hard for you? Was it kingdom?
Doraemon.
No, I was playing. Just playing.
Okay, yeah, Kingdom. Here's another Animal Crossing game.
Yeah.
That's really what it looks like. Looks
I
like
think
Animal
I
Crossing,
think
but with
Doraemon is like a famous character. It's
he's a famous character in Japan, I believe.
yeah, so
Okay, we got
yeah,
another Animal Crossing thing.
there you go.
Minecraft Legends announcement trailer. I
It's
think
coming
this
to
is
Switch.
literally the same trailer we got
At the Xbox.
at the Xbox thing. It's exactly the same trailer. I just watched it again.
I I heard people who were at the Summer Games Fest thing who got to try it and they said
Mhm.
it's pretty fun. So
I'm sure it's all right. I'm sure it's all right. We got that. Then we got Dragon Quest Treasures. Never really played Dragon Quest, so don't have a whole lot to say about it other than it looks like Dragon Ball Z, which is the same, made by the same guy, art
yeah,
directed by the same guy.
the main character is just straight up Trunks.
Yeah, yeah. Um, cool. Portal Companion Collection. It's just
It's
the
out.
portals on Switch.
It's out today, baby.
It's
Let's
out.
go.
I can't imagine this game running very well on Switch either,
Really?
to
I
be
don't
completely
know.
honest.
Like this is like a fucking 15-year-old game. It's got to run fine.
Yeah, I still.
I'm sure it runs
Uh,
fine.
then we got Harvestella.
Yeah, it's like a
Uh,
this is like a
farm.
it's a farming game, but you also fight monsters.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Rune Factory almost.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
Harvest Moonish.
yeah, and then like the apocalypse happens. It's like it's Stardew Valley meets Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
That actually there was this really great game I played. Oh god, I'm blanking on the name of it though. It's like
Harvest Moon.
I'm trying to reach my Switch. Fucking hold on. 'Cause I gotta. It's like battle something. Let
Oh,
me.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I like that game a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm trying to get the name of it. Oh god, I'm not trying to play Bayonetta. Not right now. I'm here.
He's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here in the flesh. Why?
Yeah,
Why is Nintendo like this? It's so slow. Battle Chef
yeah,
Brigade. That's it.
yes, that's it.
It's like Battle
As
Chef Brigade, but it's like 3-dimensional.
as I'm looking at this again, I'm like, this is kind of dope.
Yeah,
It's
I'm into
honestly
it.
kind of dope.
I think it
Like
looks really cool.
the animations look cool. It's like Final Fantasy meets Harvest Moon.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, we'll see. This could be really cool. And then yeah, you can make Battle Chef Brigade sort of like dishes and whatnot. And this comes out November 4th this year. Harvestella. And then the news that we all knew was coming.
Yep,
The
called it.
Persona series. It's all coming to the Switch.
Isn't it weird that they haven't announced the dates for Persona 3 and Persona 4 Golden?
Yeah,
Isn't that strange?
it is kind of strange. I can't imagine like
Like Persona 4 Golden is already on Steam. So like
yeah.
I cuz that's the one I want to play because
Hmm.
I've played Persona 5 twice.
Yeah.
Well, 1.5 times.
I
So
would
like
love to go back to Persona 3, honestly.
I'm too scared that I wouldn't like it
Oh,
cuz it's old. uh
it is old.
you should give Persona 5 another shot, dude.
I should, but I gotta beat Astral Chain first.
Yeah,
That comes
well,
first.
you have till October.
And true. and
I
then
I wish I hadn't played Persona 5 Royal on PlayStation because I would love to play it on the Switch, but now I've played it. It's like if I'm gonna play it now, I'm gonna start up from where I was.
yep, yep. You don't want to spend all that time again.
I because the reason I bought it on PlayStation when Royal came out, I was like, it's never coming to Switch. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
And then it
and
happened.
then it happened like a year and a half later.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we got from Nintendo Direct Mini. It actually was pretty long. Looking back at that list of games, they had a lot to
Yeah,
announce.
what qualifies as mini? Because that seems like it was about the same length as just a regular Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, I
They're
don't
just
know.
like the announcements suck, so we're gonna call it a mini.
Yeah, yeah, they're not very exciting. So, Mini, shit we've already showed. Um, let's move on to the news. We got some interesting news today.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Jake. Jake has done a deep dive at
That's why
with
I'm here.
Luke Plunkett at Kotaku, and we got some interesting shit. So, bear with me as I read through this this great history that we have here. Uh, Terrible Remake is being remade all over again. This comes from Luke Plunkett and Kotaku, uh, and Jake, because Jake is, on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it starts off in 2003, a shooter called 13 or XIII was released based on a series of Belgian graphic novels. It tried something unique for the time by emulating the comic's cel shaded look, and while it wasn't the greatest shooter ever made, it was still incredibly cool, quickly earning itself cult status. Then, 17 years later, even went to hell. 17 years later, everything went to hell. A remake of the game was released and quickly became one of the worst examples of this kind of business, at least until this month anyway. It was so bad, in fact, that everyone involved ended up issuing an apology saying that 13 does not meet our quality standards and that the pandemic has impacted the game's production on many levels. Now, this would normally be the point where everyone involved eats shit. The game goes away, and we all get on our lives. Especially since the original game is still available for pocket change. But publishers Microids just will not let this go. And so 18 months after the remake's Nightmare release, they've announced that they're basically going to try it one more time, only this time with new developers who have spent a year reworking the 2020 release into something more acceptable. Original studio Play Magic are gone, replaced by French studio Tower 5. In a statement released on the game's Steam page, Microids says to achieve the quality standards and offer an optimal gaming experience, Microids decided to entrust the development of 13 Remake to the French studio Tower 5. Uh, Hard at work for more than a year on a major update. This update will be released on September 13th. On that date, owners of the game will receive a free update and enjoy the game as intended. The development studio reworked the entire game from the art direction to the AI and added numerous technical improvements. Specifically, some of those numerous improvements include um, a reworked HUD and revamped sound design. I cannot think of another time that this has happened, especially in its this time frame. So it'll be interesting to check the game out in September to see how far it's come. Um, Crazy shit, man.
Yeah, I just thought this was like the wildest story where it's like we made a remake and it was fucking terrible, so we're gonna remake a remake.
Yeah.
It's just like that's the most bonkers thing I've ever heard. I kind of feel bad because I feel like this company is like all we have is this one IP, and
Mm-hmm.
we're trying to make it work so we can move on, but we can't move on unless we make money from this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I've never played 13 ever in my entire life, and I'm looking at screenshots now. It kind of looks like 007 Nightfire, I guess. Um,
yeah. I mean, it makes sense we never played it because it came out when we were in like third grade.
yeah,
So, but it looks like for the time, it looks pretty cool.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and I've
admittedly.
never played the remake either.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up
So
remake.
I can't imagine like it would be easy for them to actually just kind of redo the HUD and the art direction and the sound, like, and it'll fix everything. I just can't imagine that, you know,
So looking
taking.
at like the original versus the remake, like
Hmm.
the original had such a unique like cell shaded style where like the remake just doesn't have that style. They got rid
Yeah,
of like the cell shaded style, which is like I think why people liked the game.
yeah,
So unless you're gonna put back the cell shaded style, I don't think people are gonna fuck with this.
right.
It's almost like they missed the point completely on why people like this game.
Yeah, it could be, or it could just they could have just like fucked the game up so bad that it doesn't look like anything, because it is still sort of cell shaded. It just
Sort
doesn't.
of.
It doesn't look like a good cell shading.
But like if you look at this game, like if you look at the cell shading from this versus the original, like it's so
Oh
like
yeah,
the original almost looks like Archer, like that show
yeah.
Archer.
Mm-hmm.
Where this just sort of looks like I don't know, like a cheap game
A
that you
cheap
buy
shooter.
on Steam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, crazy.
Weird. Weird. So they decided to remake a remake because it did so poorly, and hopefully it goes well for them.
Yeah, I hope that works out for them. I mean, I feel bad
I
for the
don't.
studio that they replaced. It probably wasn't even their fault. They're probably like, you have a year to make this game, which it seems like they're doing to this next studio too, where they're like,
Mm-hmm.
you have a year to remake this.
Yeah, remake this remake and make it good, please.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
wild.
Wild. Next story. Sega's looking to adapt more video games following Sonic's success. This comes from Matt Vielli. V Via
Valet?
Ville
No.
on Collider. And he says, off the heels of the massive success of both Sonic the Hedgehog movies, Sega is now looking to adapt the games developed by Atlas into live action films and TV series. Originally reported by IGN, the report says that Sega's goal of expanding storytelling forms is a key part of framed Japanese companies' overall business strategy. With this goal in mind, Sega is open to the prospect of potential live action adaptations of Atlas's expansive and beloved catalog. These games include the likes of Shin Megami Tensei, Persona series, as well as the Trauma Center series Catherine and 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Atlas worlds are filled with high drama, cutting edge style, and compelling characters. Toru Nakahara, Sega's head producer of the live action Sonic the Hedgehog movie and Sonic Prime TV series, told IGN, stories like those from Persona franchise really resonate with our fans, and we see an opportunity to expand the lore like no one has seen or played before. Like no one ever was. Uh, I was singing that as I was reading that. What do you think of this? What do you think of getting like Shin Megami Tensei TV show or a Persona movie or
I don't know, man. Sounds weird. I don't think you can just like take Persona 5 and make that a movie, right? Like you can't like just if you're gonna make a Persona movie, it's got to be like a whole new thing,
yeah.
right?
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah, it would have to you could not because
cuz it
Persona 5 is a fucking TV show anyway.
well, it literally is like they turned it into an anime. But also on top of that, it's like I don't know if some of that stuff would translate very well to live action. Um especially like, like 15-year-old on
Yeah.
being
Modeling, yeah.
yeah, and like some of
Yeah.
the subject matter is pretty intense, but I mean like I guess we did just get like Euphoria and stuff, so like I guess it's possible, but like with the success of like Sonic, I don't know. Like you look at Sonic and Persona, like those are two very different things.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I
I could
guess
see that. I could see them making like a Catherine movie or a Catherine TV show
yeah,
where it's, you know,
that would work. Yeah,
it's kind of funny, but there's also that like drama element with the cheating and should I not sort of thing. And then, he goes into a dream, wakes up with a goofy costume. I feel like that would be pretty easy to do.
I could
Whereas
absolutely see that. Yeah,
like 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim is about kids in mechs. And it's like, I don't know if that would work practically on
right.
like it would look really bad
It's
if
like if someone said they were making a Neon Genesis like live action movie, I'd
yeah.
cringe. I'd cringe because I'd be like, that's
Yeah.
not going to be good. There's no
Yeah,
way.
how are you going to do that?
I mean, like, I guess like I'd imagine they're gonna make these movies in America because they made Sonic in America. So
Mhm.
like Persona, but set in like New York or San Francisco or something,
Yeah.
and it's live action, and you change the story, and
But then how
you
would
could
you get like the monsters,
you could
the
still call them
personas?
the Phantom Thieves, and I don't know. Look at Pokemon. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true, but Persona's like, hey, look at this grotesque man with like five
Right,
heads and he's like,
right.
"Hey," like, ooh, I
Right,
don't
and
know.
like Persona's a mature game, right? Like you
Mhm.
can't have this be it'd have to be a rated R thing. And at that point, do they even want to make that? Catherine, I see
Yeah.
working as like some sort of weird television show that's like sort
Yeah.
of avant garde and weird.
Yeah. Sort of like Euphoria almost.
But Persona's weird. I don't know how you make it work. Other than like they're the Phantom Thieves. You don't collect the monsters. They just fight the monsters as those like characters that they are.
Right.
Um, so that's the only way I could see it working, I guess.
Or
But
like it's all in their head and you just see the kids go to sleep, right? And then they're like in their bed and then they
yeah,
wake up the next day and they're like, "Wow, did you remember that?" And it's although, Stranger Things is a thing.
yeah, it's totally because
So,
it is like the same sort of concept as Stranger Things, where there's like the
mhm.
upside down, and
Yeah.
Persona's like the same thing, where it's like you go to the alternate universe or whatever,
Yeah, inside the TV land or whatever,
and
depending on which one you got.
then you fight God at the end, just like Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Uh,
just like yeah, well, yes.
yeah,
Only good, make a deal with God. Uh,
Master, yeah, whatever.
that's the
Spoilers.
only things we got today. It's a pretty laid back 4th of July episode for you guys. We will finish it off with recent reviews via Open Critic and Next Week in Games. Some recent reviews via Open Critic. F122 got an 82 out of 44 critic reviews. F122 is F1 racing, by the way, for the year 2022. It's kind of a stupid title to see like written out. It's like, what is F122? Like, I fucking don't know what that is. Formula One 2022, 82 out of 42 critic reviews. Doing pretty good. Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course, got an 87 out of 32 critic reviews. So stellar job, Cuphead group. That's all we got. Next week in games, pay attention to Arcadegeddon coming to everything except the Switch on July 8th. Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series coming to everything on July 8th as well. Don't forget to check out our other Loner Cast shows, such as the Spoiler Cast, where we are doing Star Wars as of right now. And
Thor,
Thor comes out next week. Thor Love and Thunder comes out next week. We will be
we're
covering
seeing
that.
it. We're seeing it on Thor's Day.
We are not. We are
Th-
actually not seeing it on Thor's Day.
Thor's Day, which
I
is a
got, and yeah,
Friday.
sure, it's Friday. Thor's
Friday
Day is the
is
Friday.
Thor's Day. Yeah.
Yep. We'll be seeing it on Friday. We'll be doing a show on Monday.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for that. Stay tuned for any updates via Twitter at LonerCast1 is the show, at emergency pizza underscore is Jake. at fatal_microwave is myself. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and all that bullshit on YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch, where you can catch us live every Monday at 3:30 p.m. Some days are different than others,
Like
but
today.
most of the days it's 3:30 p.m. Arizona Standard Time.
Well, good news.
Um,
Today we were live and our stream crashed right in the middle of it. So, sometimes
Great.
that happens too, where the stream
Yeah.
just decides to crash on us, which is great.
It's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. You can catch us on twitch.tv/lonercast or on YouTube. Just search Lonercast in the search bar and we will pop up. I'm sure some of our videos are up there as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your mother. She is the last hope for the world. Help me, your mother. You're my only hope.